Record.
Hi everyone, Justin here with Voices for Voices. Thank you much for joining us. Whether you're here in the United States or abroad, you can do us a big favor that is free. Give us thumbs up, like, follow, subscribe, share, reshare, repost, and even reach into your contacts in your phone, maybe 25 or 50. Reach out to them and share the Voices for Voices podcast with them. We greatly appreciate that. And we greatly appreciate you because without you, we don't have a show. We don't have a reason to, again, have a show. And so it's your demand, and we're putting that supply out there. We're just so humble and grateful to have this opportunity. Uh, and we do have this huge goal of wanting to reach and help at least 3 billion people over the course of my lifetime and beyond. I'm a dreamer. I'm dreaming, and we're going towards those dreams, that dream. And we are grounded in mental health as a foundation. Uh, but we talk about all types of health, uh, trauma, recovery, Um, again, mental health, and that's why I started this organization, which has partly turned into a podcast, among other areas that you have and you will be seeing over the course of the next several months. And we are excited for the next chapters of Voices for Voices and come along with us. Come with us for the ride. You won't be disappointed. Uh, so today started with uh, a, a very hard workout at the gym for triceps. Uh, I'm glad I went. I had that again, that feeling of like, I can skip a day, and I knew that if I did, then it could turn into another extra day off, and so I went, and I feel much better that I did go. Uh, it's too bad we can't bottle up that feeling of after we go to the gym, after we work out, after we do something we really like to do that is healthy for us, and that feeling uh, of helping people for me. If I could just bottle all that up, then the getting to the gym, getting to the places to do those deeds um, becomes much easier because we would know we would be feeling better um, before we got started. So enough of that. It's been super hot here. I don't know about where you live. We've had this heat advisory. I think overnight it only got down into the 70s, which is I don't want to say it's completely unheard of. Uh, it just is usually unheard of to have those temperatures, and we're already sitting at 85 plus a ton of humidity here at the time of the filming of this particular episode. And we just keep on moving on. We're grateful for air conditioning. We're yeah, check on a neighbor, friend, family, somebody, just to make sure that they're okay, they're staying cool, even with pets. As I mentioned before, uh, we don't want to overlook pets as well because they're living things too, and we want to make sure that they're staying cool too, that they're not being exposed to the extreme heat. Yeah, I say like from what I've been reading, 5 to 10 minutes or so is what having a pet outside in these conditions is safe. And we don't want to have pets in the car without the air on. You might say, well, how am I supposed to go into the store? I don't want to leave my car running. Well, then you probably just don't want to take your pet to that store or those stores because we know that inside the cars can get much, much warmer than on the outside, which is, at least for my car, makes it take a few extra minutes once the engine's on and the air's on for the air to actually turn basically from heat, warmer air to cooler air. So yeah, we're at the execution phase of several different projects, and we're executing against those goals, those visions, and all I can say is wow. Uh, it's gonna be it's gonna be a trip. What you'll be seeing and hearing. Um, we do. This is our first show. We do talk about hard topics, and so um, there's a lot of children, unaccompanied children missing from the Biden years as president, and we find that unacceptable. Doesn't matter who the president is. Just straight up can't find them. So the new administration, which people either love him or hate him or somewhere in between. Uh, that's part of what they're doing is trying to locate these children, um, so they're not being taken advantage of, and that's a way to talk about what's going on sometimes. And so, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? If all up one day somebody came, took your child, he's gonna let them do that? Like, oh yeah, no problem. I've never met you before, but sure, you're a better parent and guardian than I am. So go ahead. Absolutely not. Hogwash. And I think that's something that's fortunately it's hard for some people to get their brain wrapped around that. Shouldn't be. It should be heck no, we don't want this to happen, and I would never do that. Fortunately, there are some parents and guardians out there who are letting this happen because of money, other things, and there's a saying, money is the root of all evil. May not be the root of all evil, but if you follow the money trail, you'll find exactly who intended on certain events to happen. And again, that's the hard part of our show when we talk about these events, these experiences, these people that have been taken advantage of. Because we don't want anybody to be taken advantage of. We just don't. We don't want any children to disappear without their parent and guardian knowing. And sometimes whoever's the guardian shouldn't be the guardian, where they step in to a set of events and trying to capitalize on that. Oh yeah, I'll help you out. Yeah, sure. I'll I'll buy I'll help you out. I'll pay this bill or that bill. And then so sometimes people feel an allegiance to those individuals. Like, well, they helped me when the time was hard. Again, not everybody is bad. We just have to look at things with a little bit of skepticism until we have a better understanding, a better idea. We see what these individuals' prerogatives are. And so for me, I verify before going forward. And those that have followed the show for a while, uh, that's what I did with a pretty prominent individual that's um, in our organization because I needed to do my due diligence and I needed to see if it was real or not. And you can only do so much over the phone. So hop on a plane a couple different times and verified the best of my ability. And again, I wasn't born yesterday, so I can spot certain things that are pretty obvious. And there's way more things that are positive and that line up than there are that don't. And so that's what we just want to share today is, verify, talk to the people, meet with them. If it takes you three, four, five, 10 meetings, have all those meetings. Then you need it. Then your body needs it to be assured. It's hard. Do we get pushback from family and friends and that? Yeah, you bet. Or is at least one for me that hasn't talked to me in over a year. But when you believe in something and then you see it, again, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm not. I'm the first to admit that I'm absolutely not. Not perfect. Nobody is. There's a lot of people gave me a lot of, let's say, heartache, whatever you want to call it, just a year ago. Yeah. And someone asked, what keeps you going? You. You keep me going because we're helping people. We're reaching people, new countries every day. New cities every day. That's the incredible part. And we continue to bring in top flight guests on our show. And so it's not for people like you. We don't have a show. We don't have an organization, but we do. So who is anybody to say, no, you shouldn't do that because I saw something a few times on the news, in the newspaper, and so that means that everything related to a certain topic, to a certain type of person is wrong and should just cut the ties. It's not always the case. If I would have did that a year ago, be in a worse position, way worse. Because see, there were things last year that were there's a lot of things were happening in the background that it took me a few months to start piecing those together and talking and asking questions and meetings and all those types of things. That what's coming up when I reference the coming days, weeks, months, years, none of what you're about to see and hear would have saw the light of day if I would have packed it in just because a group of people claim to know more than me about a certain individual and certain topics. So like that Rascal Flat song, Stand. It's easy to sit. Trust me, I sit a lot. I wish I didn't sit a lot. Gotta stand. Sure, there's gonna be haters. Sure, there's gonna be people that are gonna try to detract. Sure, there's gonna be people that are gonna want to jump on the bandwagon as soon as certain things begin happening that they're able to see and hear about. But you and I both know that it's us that's standing, you and I. And so we get to select who's coming along for the ride. Because again, just a year ago, I was written off plain as day. But what did I do? I held firm. I got up, and I'm standing more than I had been standing before. So won't you Won't you stand with me if you're able to, or in your mind if you're not physically able to? Will you stand with me? There's a lot of people need help. They need clean help. They need guidance. And how's that going to happen? Not by sitting down, not by sitting on the sidelines, but by standing. So hope you have a great day. Give us a big thumbs up, like, follow, subscribe, share, reshare, repost. Pull out your phone, 25, 50, 100 contacts. Please share the Voices for Voices podcast and TV show with them. You and they will not be disappointed, and you can find, and they can find the Voices for Voices podcast and TV show where they find their podcast and where you find your podcast. So until next time, let's celebrate the voices of everyone and let's be a voice for not only ourselves, but somebody else in need. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye bye for now.